Go to any car meet, any forum, any comment section under any automotive video on the internet. Mention EVs. Just say the word EVs and watch car guys lose their minds. Car guys will tell you EVs have no soul. Car guys will tell you EVs are appliances. Car guys will tell you EVs are killing everything they love about driving. And honestly, car guys aren't entirely wrong. But here's the part that car guys don't want to hear. Car guys aren't entirely right either, because the hatred car guys have for EVs isn't really about EVs at all. The hatred car guys have for EVs is about something much deeper, much more personal, and much more painful than a battery replacing an engine. This is the real story behind why car guys despise EVs, and whether car guys are fighting the right battle or just screaming into the wind. Let's start with the most obvious reason car guys hate EVs, the sound, or more accurately, the silence. For over a century, the internal combustion engine has produced the most emotionally charged sounds in automotive history. The shriek of a flat-plane V8, the baritone rumble of an American muscle car, the wail of a naturally aspirated straight six screaming past 8,000 revolutions per minute. These sounds aren't background noise for car guys. These sounds are the experience for car guys. When car guys talk about a car having soul, car guys are almost always talking about what that car sounds like when you bury your right foot into the floor. EVs don't do that. EVs whisper. EVs hum. EVs make the same high-pitched whir whether you're driving a budget crossover or a six-figure performance sedan. Car guys hear that silence and car guys feel robbed. Car guys feel like someone took the orchestra out of the concert hall and replaced the orchestra with a Bluetooth speaker playing white noise. And this isn't some irrational complaint. Sound is feedback. Sound tells you what your engine is doing, how hard your engine is working, when to shift. A car guy who has spent decades learning to read RPMs by ear, that car guy doesn't just miss the noise. That car guy has lost an entire language of communication between driver and machine. So when car guys say EVs have no soul, car guys mean EVs have no voice. And for car guys, a car without a voice is a car without a heartbeat. Here's the second reason car guys hate EVs, and this one is harder to argue with. EVs are heavy, not a little heavy, not slightly overweight. EVs are brutally heavy. A Tesla Model S Plaid tips the scales at nearly 4,800 pounds. A Porsche Taycan Turbo S weighs over 5,100 pounds. The GMC Hummer EV weighs over 9,000 pounds. 9,000 pounds. Car guys look at those numbers and car guys see a fundamental betrayal of everything performance driving is supposed to be about. For decades, car guys have worshipped lightness. Colin Chapman built Lotus on one principle: add lightness. The Mazda Miata became a legend because the Miata proved that a small, light, perfectly balanced car could be more thrilling than a 600 horsepower supercar. EVs throw all of that philosophy out the window. EVs compensate for their weight with brute force, monstrous torque that pins you to your seat in a straight line. But car guys don't just drive in straight lines. Car guys brake late into corners. Car guys feel every extra pound through the steering wheel when the front tires start begging for mercy. In those moments, EVs feel exactly as heavy as EVs actually are. Car guys aren't wrong about this. Physics doesn't care about your software update. Now we get to the part that really cuts deep for car guys, the driving experience. Car guys grew up learning to drive with intention. Car guys learned to heel-toe downshift. Car guys learned to blip the throttle to match revs. Car guys learned to keep an engine in its power band, dancing on the edge of the red line, extracting every last drop of performance through skill and feel. EVs eliminate all of that. EVs don't have gears to shift. EVs don't have power bands to manage. In EVs, you press the accelerator and maximum torque arrives instantly, every single time. There is no build-up, there is no drama, there is no moment where the car rewards you for doing something right. Car guys describe driving EVs like playing a video game on easy mode. And car guys have a point. The relationship between a skilled driver and a great combustion car is a conversation. The relationship between a driver and EVs is a monologue. EVs talk at you. EVs don't talk with you. When a car guy nails a perfect rev match downshift into a tight corner, that car guy has earned that moment. When a car guy mashes the pedal in EVs, the computer has done the earning. The car guy was just along for the ride. But here's where we need to dig deeper. Because the hatred car guys have for EVs isn't really just about sound and weight and driving feel. The hatred car guys have for EVs is about identity. For car guys, cars are not transportation. For car guys, cars are who they are. Car guys define themselves by what they drive, how they drive, and what they know about driving. Car guys have spent years, sometimes decades, learning the mechanical language of the internal combustion engine. Car guys can diagnose a misfire by listening to the exhaust note. Car guys can rebuild a carburetor on a Sunday afternoon in the garage with a wrench in one hand and a beer in the other. EVs don't need any of that knowledge. EVs don't have engines to rebuild. EVs don't have transmissions to service. EVs make the mechanical expertise that car guys have spent a lifetime accumulating feel irrelevant. And that doesn't just frustrate car guys, that terrifies car guys. Because if EVs don't need what car guys know, then what does that make car guys? That's the wound car guys won't talk about. That's the wound that no spec sheet or Nürburgring lap time can heal. EVs aren't just replacing engines. EVs are threatening to replace an entire culture. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Car guys are right about a lot of things. EVs are too heavy. EVs do lack the sensory drama that makes driving a combustion car feel alive. EVs have turned cars into tech products where over-the-air updates matter more than suspension geometry. Car guys are right to mourn what's being lost. But car guys are also wrong about some things. Car guys say EVs can't be exciting, but the Porsche Taycan carves through corners with more composure than half the combustion cars car guys worship. Car guys say EVs have no character, but Formula E cars produce a sound that's genuinely haunting when you hear Formula E cars at full attack. Car guys say EVs are all the same, but that's because EVs are still in their infancy. The combustion engine had over 100 years to develop personality. EVs have had barely 15. And here's the part car guys refuse to accept. The manufacturers car guys love, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes, Ferrari, these companies are pouring billions into EVs. These companies aren't abandoning combustion because they hate car guys. These companies are building EVs because the regulations demand EVs and because the technology demands EVs. Car guys can rage against EVs all day long. But the engineers who designed car guys' favourite cars are now designing EVs. The soul that car guys say EVs lack, those engineers are working on giving EVs that soul right now. So do car guys hate EVs? Absolutely. Are car guys wrong? Partially.